Hello everyone, welcome back to my page, welcome back to my channel. Now today, I'm coming at y'all with this video, but it's been a minute. I really miss y'all, and hopefully you guys are doing good out there in the world. I took just a small little break. Life was life, and my mom recently had her birthday a few weeks ago, had family come over and had to, help her out with that and do a lot of family stuff. But all that's finished and done, and I'm just gonna be living life, and I'm just happy where I am in 2025. It's been crazy, but I'm just rolling with the punches though. But of course, I want to keep y'all fed and let y'all know what's going on in the world. And this is just brain rot. What's going on right now? This shouldn't have even been blown out of proportions on both ends. At this point, I'm blaming Hollywood on this one, even though I defend Hollywood. I'm also blaming a lot of other people, and this is just brain rot. This shouldn't even not have been blown out of proportion because everybody irritate me. At this point, the left and the right, you guys irritate me. Because this should not be blown out of proportion. The fact that this is even a political talking point is just dumb. Anyway, in the US, it came out today, I believe. James Gunn's Superman reboot, or, movie, whatever you want to call it, has, just hit cinema, is getting buzz. Some people like it, some people hate it. It's going to make its money back. But what's happening right now with the controversy is that James Gunn's brother said, or somebody working on the film said that this movie is going to be political. It's going to show the aspect of Clark Kent, Superman, as an illegal immigrant, and bring a little bit of social commentary on there. And then once you bring up social commentary and political things, these grifters, these anti-woke bastards just hop on it like the plague, and everybody is dumb. And I'm going to explain why. So I'm going to start with Ben Shapiro. I haven't even made a video about Ben Shapiro though, but this guy also irritates me in levels I cannot express to you. But let's get to this video.
Much lighter news. I just wanted to comment on the fact Superman is coming out this week. So of course this is much lighter news. Superman, the new movie from James Gunn. I've been a little skeptical of it because I think that James Gunn, he's fine for Guardians of the Galaxy, but Superman is a more serious property. The reason that it's relevant politically is because when we talk about the left and the media, and then we talk about the left in Hollywood, the level of out-of-touchness with the everyday American is truly insane, truly crazy. So James Gunn did an interview with the Times of London, and he was talking about the themes in Superman. And he explained that superhero epic encompasses the story of America.
I find it so interesting that these bastards constantly say, "Oh, Hollywood with their political agenda," and they're trying to remove what it really means to be an American, and they're trying to have this extremist views, and they're anti-American and stuff like that. I guess it's just y'all weren't having your thinking caps on throughout cinema and stuff like that. Hollywood has always had progressive views and anti-American views and very progressive media. Star Wars is about overthrowing a tyrannical dictator, okay? Very anti-American, very anti, government. Same thing with the Hunger Games. Same thing with Avatar: The Last Airbender, even Game of Thrones to a certain extent. Hollywood is not liberal. Hollywood is not conservative. I don't think Hollywood has ever been conservative. Anyway, let me continue.
He said, Superman is the story of America, an immigrant that came from other places and populated the country. But for me, it is mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and is something that we have lost. So he's now trying to make a case effectively that Superman is kind of an illegal immigrant. Gunn acknowledged the movie's themes may be interpreted differently across political groups, especially considering the nationwide unrest around immigration. However, Gunn stands by the ideals embedded in Superman and added he doesn't care if anyone takes offense. Yes, it plays differently, but it's about human kindness. And obviously there will be jerks out there who are just not kind and will take it as offensive just because it is about kindness. But screw them. And then he says, yes, it's about politics, but on another level, it's about morality. I do not understand the necessity for all of these Hollywood folks to undercut the pitch of their own film before it even comes out. It's insane. It's totally insane. By the way, David Corenswet did the exact same thing. Corenswet refused to say truth, justice, and the American way in a recent interview. Instead, he said truth, justice, and all that good stuff because he doesn't want to say the American way. The reality that Hollywood is so far to the left that they cannot take a core piece of Americana and just say it's about America. This has been a problem since basically after the original Christopher Reeve series. Every single iteration of Superman that's been made since then has avoided truth, justice, and the American way because they just refuse to acknowledge the American way is good, that the American way is in fact unique, and this lies at the root of a leftist worldview. That leftist.
I'm gonna get into this nonsense though, because everybody. Well, I don't think liberal people are making this fact up though. I don't even think it was up though. Because here's the thing about it though. I will give these anti-woke bastards this, all right though. I don't really read too much Superman comic books though, because here's the thing though, my favorite superheroes of all time are the X-Men and Batman. So when I do read DC comics, it's typically Batman and a little bit of Superman, sprinkled through it. I never really gravitated towards the character of Superman. He wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not saying he's a bad superhero. He just wasn't my cup of tea growing up. But I know a little bit because I glanced at the comic books and watched a little bit of the movies growing up. But here's my thing though. Does Superman represent quote unquote American values and a Boy Scout and the divine right to defend the system and defend those who can defend themselves as quote unquote America quote unquote does? Yes, he does. All right, but but here's the thing about it though. This dude, whether y'all like it or not, is an extraterrestrial human being from a different planet whose planet got destroyed, and his parents shipped him to Earth to escape a genocide, and he was raised by farmers in Kansas or whatever and stuff like that. And he had to fly out under the radar. He has no papers. Whether y'all like it or not, though, y'all might ask and just say, well, he's not a human being. He's, an alien. Well, in that case, he's an illegal alien. Whether you like it or not, this fictional science fiction character is an illegal immigrant. He has no papers. He was not born to America. He's not from this land. Whether y'all like it or not, he is an illegal immigrant. I don't even know why this is even a talking point. Y'all literally have no backbone to any of this nonsense. Hold on. Now, stupid
crisp
ass.
refreshment that keeps life bubbling. Hello, Topo Chico Hard Seltzer.
Terrible
Here, I'm
review.
gonna start from the beginning.
Here's a clip.
And excuse the noise if y'all hear in the background. I got my window open. But anyway, of course, this is Melanie Mac and Cheese and double pounder quartering and stuff like that. I don't give them grifters no more energy. I made my videos on them. I'm done with them. But you know what though? I mix Ben Shapiro. I'm gonna mix them in because this is just brain rot right here.
From the new Superman movie, truth, justice, and the American way. Isn't that what his vow used to be? I forget, but now it's just truth, justice, and immigrants, I guess. Here's Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, and also an actor. I don't know if he worked on the movie with him or not, but they are trying to say, well, here's what the clip said.
Exactly.
Ah, that's super loud. It's so rare when they're loud enough.
Exactly what the movie is about. I think that we support our people. We love our immigrants. Yes, Superman is an immigrant.
No, he's not.
Yes, the people that we support.
I find it interesting. These are the same people who support freedom of speech, right? But freedom of speech is fine as long as it matches your freedom of speech and stuff like that. And here's my thing about it though. When it comes to y'all may think I'm obsessed with Melanie Mac and all this other nonsense, and y'all smashed on me hard on my videos I made about her. But here's my thing about it though, y'all though. I would never in a million years take away anything they're saying. All right, everything that comes out of Melanie Mac's mouth and the quartering's mouth and any other grifter is BS. All right, but I would not suppress any of their freedom of speech. All right, and with them, all right, freedom of speech is fine as long as it matches my views. But anybody with a different opinion than mine is the enemy. It's the enemy. And I don't hate Melanie Mac. I don't hate the quartering. They're not worth my energy to hate. I don't hate Ben Shapiro. They're not worth my energy to hate. But I will call out BS when I hear it and stuff like that. Hopefully what I'm saying makes sense. Let's get back to this brain rot.
In this country are immigrants, and if you don't like that, then you're not American.
How can you make that kind of statement? That's absurd.
Yeah, I highly recommend anybody watching this movie, this live streamer clip, do not pay money to see this movie.
I don't know, I'm still on the fence, because it wasn't James Gunn that said it, and they did try to ask James Gunn about it.
Okay, now look, not to get too political, but you really can't, get rid of this fact. As a black American myself, and these are coming from two Europeans, we are all technically immigrants. This was stolen land to begin with. You can't, me personally, I feel like you can't be legal on stolen land and things like that. All right, I'm not fighting for immigrants though, because here's the thing about it though: the Hispanic community, Asian community, or any group of people who are immigrants don't have legal paperwork. If I'm truly being honest, you guys are anti-black bastards and racist bastards, and I'm not going to stand by you. I'm not supporting y'all, but I'm not going to contribute to white supremacy and say that you guys need to be deported. So I'm getting that out right now though, but I ain't gonna get too much into that. So let's just get into this video.
Just
James
dodge.
Gunn said, this is about kindness. Everybody can relate to kindness. So
Like texting his brother, like, shut up, man.
yeah. So if James Gunn said it, I'd be a lot more checked out. But I don't know.
James Gunn did say the movie is political and is about immigrants. Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
So
No.
he's just trying to avoid, like, the brother is saying what they're saying behind closed doors.
Here's the headline. James Gunn says Superman is about an immigrant that came from places and how we've lost the basic human kindness. And yes, it's about politics. That's his quote.
Interesting. Do we have
This is
more?
I mean, come on now, y'all. Y'all don't even have nothing to even back this like to even hold y'allself up, though. Technically, this is an illegal alien. He's a human-presenting alien that has no paperwork by y'all. It's so funny. You Republicans who love Superman so much, y'all would deport him. Y'all would call ICE on him. I'm calling a spade and a witch a witch. Y'all would deport Superman. Just admit though, y'all would deport Superman.
Exact quote. I mean, Superman is the story of America. Yeah.
I want to watch it.
I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm just saying, hey, don't see opening weekend, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, he said, I mean, Superman is the story of America. Gunn explained. An immigrant that came from another place. He's actually not an immigrant. He's an ET. But anyway.
And keep in mind too, though, it's not that I'm caking for this movie. I want to defend it though, because me personally, I'm not really had no faith in the DCEU per se. I disliked Man of Steel. Alright, but I did like his fight between Feora and Clark. That was a good fight in Man of Steel. I disliked Batman v Superman. I disliked Suicide Squad. Birds of Prey was, it was alright. And I disliked the Snyder cut and the theatrical cut of Justice League. And Flash was awful. What's that movie? Aquaman was awful and stuff like that. So I was not I'm kicking for the DCU, but I will call out some foolishness. Though I have no bone to pick in this fight. Superman is not my favorite superhero. I'm not saying he's bad. I just never gravitated towards him. Batman and X-Men are the top dog. But I can at least, with the knowledge I know, this is common. They have nothing to push. Superman is a illegal immigrant.
Who also is an American citizen and who's adopted. Yeah.
Like an evil alien?
He says.
Well, here's the thing, though. They're trying to say he was adopted, though, by an American family. He had to still kind of fly under the radar because, he had no legal paperwork. He is not technically an American citizen. He's still foreign to this land.
Yeah.
It's natural
He's an immigrant that came from another place and populated this country. But for me, it's mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and something we've lost. Gun that acknowledged.
You see, they had to jump away, skip away, because if they touch on his background, on how he's literally, an extraterrestrial superpowered being from a advanced civilization of human beings with powers and abilities, and it was invaded by, evil forces, and his parents, in an effort to save his life, shot him to Earth, and to escape the genocide. So they don't even want to even acknowledge that part because they would destroy the whole argument.
That the movie seems maybe interpreted differently across political groups, especially considering the nation went on restaurant immigration. However, James Gunn stands by the ideals embedded in Superman and added that he doesn't care if anyone takes offense. Yes, it plays differently. It's about human kindness, and obviously there will be jerks out there who are just not kind and will take it as offensive just because it's about kindness, but screw them. He continued, yes, it's about politics, but on another level, it's about morality. But this is the same leftists that say, trans rights are human rights, and healthy, it's basically a moral good to let a 15-year-old have a double mastectomy. He's trying to couch it because he knows what's going to happen. Is this as bad as some of the stuff we've seen? No. Is this bad as, remember Birds of Prey, the male actor was like, misogynists are going to be terrified by this movie.
Was the Captain America guy like, well, we don't really like America, or something like that?
The Black Captain America, don't all over America. And that movie flopped, thankfully. I think it was more so no one gave a crap about Black Captain America. People saying you're misunderstanding him. No, I'm not. What you're not understanding is that what James Gunn is saying is that his politics are the same as his morality. And so, will the movie have, Mexicans crossing the border? Probably not. It is not against canon that, Superman was rejected. There were a lot of people that did not like Superman, but it wasn't because he was an immigrant. It was because he was an alien and
Well, and that's the thing is a lot of also Superman is like a figure that is inspired by Christ, and so when you have Jesus Christ.
Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, Superman was inspired by Zeus. In Greek mythology, he was not inspired by Christianity. Y'all can just Google that though. I did my information before I even made this video though. I'm not about to bring up Google and ruin the video and stuff like that. But Superman has no religious background except Greek mythology, which has no rooting around Christianity. So I'm about to go.
Who is God, and the world hated him and killed him, which was part of his prophecy and plan. But still, it's just the fact that he was hated. And so then you have someone like Superman, who is created as a very all-powerful character, who was inspired by Jesus Christ. I think that when you have society rejecting him, that's a similar reflection to how society rejected Christ.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't think gun things is about
because of immigration.
an illusion to Christ.
Yeah.
It would be more interesting if he was like, it's not politics, it's about religion.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think James Gunn is a typical leftist who's
He is.
But see how these people want to bring in, you know, their religious ideology and saying, hey, it's right because I feel this way. Man, whatever, man. I already, y'all know my stance on Melanie Mac and cheese. I'm not even finna go there no more with her though. She ain't worth my energy. But I just destroyed their whole argument though. This is just nonsense. Because at the end of the day, they're not necessarily wrong about the first half, but then they won't even address the last half and stuff like that. This should even not have been blind proportion, whether y'all like it or not. Superman, the Man of Steel, is a legal immigrant. Is a legal immigrant. Has no papers, went underneath the radar. I don't need to go too much into this, y'all. Like and subscribe, and I'm gonna be posting another video that's near and dear to my heart. It's about, you know, the token Negro syndrome in the rap game, and how white pop stars get a token black rapper in their songs to appeal to the African American demographic, and it's called the token Negro syndrome, and whether or not that's real. So I'm gonna make a video about that. That's coming out soon. So like and subscribe, share my videos, and I'll talk to y'all very, very soon. Bye bye.